I was just reading that thing about how the news that Hitler supposedly had a micro penis. They're getting so desperate. They're getting real desperate. Like, that's what, to try to stem what they think is like this crazy explosion of anti-Semitism among young people. They think, hey, we got an idea. We'll say Hitler had a micro penis. No, they go right to sex because they're fucking degenerates. So that's what they think about, right? You know, they're very... Reminds me of Bernie Sanders when he was younger. There's this video of him talking to, like, these kids in school. Like, you know, kids, like, single-digit age kids. And he makes some joke about his people. He's like, and you know, my people, the Jews, we do have some strange sexual proclivities. And I'm like, what? Why are you saying that to a bunch of kids, man? I know he's trying to make a joke, but, you know, trying to tell the kids that the Jews are sexually degenerate. It's like, well, that's, you know, okay, that's something you might think they're doing. But yeah, they jump to that a lot. You know, I mean, they own the porn industry. You know, they're very into a lot of weird stuff. So, of course, the first thing you think about of trying to make, you know, they're afraid of Hitler becoming popular with Gen Z, which is already way too late. You know, he's been popular with people for a long time. Not so much with me, because I know what the deal is with Hitler. He was their guy. He's always been their guy. He's a guy they put out there to oppose. It's controlled opposition. That's all it is, you know. But I admire the spirit and the idea of what he's supposed to be. And a lot of other people do too. And that's the opposition of, you know, this evil fucking regime over there in the middle of the desert that just brings suffering, pain, woe. They killed fucking God. So I don't know. I mean, how do you fucking get on their side? But it's just funny to see the desperation setting in of the noticing. Tucker Carlson said a little thing about it too last week, like, hey, you guys better slow the fuck down with all this witch hunting people. He didn't say fuck, of course. He's talking about how they're witch hunting people about being anti-Semitic for like minor things, and he's basically telling them, you can't keep doing this, or you're gonna get real backlash, and not just like Nick Fuentes like backlash, real backlash. I thought that was great. He said that because you know how kvetching they will get over that. Like, oh my, it's another shower. You get a little bit. Madagascar. That's why I talk about sending all the black people. Madagascar. I think that's where Hitler originally wanted to send the Jews. Or was one of the places they wanted to send them. That's the whole thing about Hitler. It's like he's completely a character anyway. So whatever he did or whatever he wanted to do, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, they're really desperate right now, because what happened is they went too hard, too fast, too far. They always go too far in everything they do. But this whole past 10 years with them has been really fast and really hard. The whole Gaza thing, on top of everything else, trying to pass legislation to protect speech against them, deporting people who may protest against them. That's really all that stuff was. It wasn't about the ICE stuff. It was about getting dangerous criminals out. That was just like a cover. They wanted all the pro-Palestinian people. They wanted them out of the country, and they did get a lot of them out of the country. But it's like they can't. How much can you do? They're used to controlling the world, and up to this point, they've done a pretty good job of doing that. But they did it in a way so that, you know, they didn't rush it. They always had the media. And they slowly did things that they need to do. It happened over time. And some of the stuff, when it got to the point that it was very visible and obvious, it was already too late. But this new push and this new era of them fucking up, I think comes down to that same image I show sometimes of that exchange with the old rabbis and Bibi after that conference. They were telling them, hey, you gotta speed things up because we're not getting any younger and we want to see the Messiah, Satan. So you gotta start moving things faster. And they did. They started moving things faster, and that's when people started noticing shit. Like, fuck, what are these guys doing over here? You can't... They're literally got a genocide going on over there. Everybody can see. And they're trying to, like... I don't know. It's just so funny to watch, to see them get their families together on the weekends to go and stand in that area down there where they can view Gaza. They have this thing where they get together. It was on Twitter. A lot of people commenting on how evil it was. They get their families together, and there's like this ridge where they all park their cars and they can look down onto where Gaza is, and they just watch things getting blown up. And they have food there and stuff, and they watch it like a firework display. I mean, these people are fucking, they're so evil, and they don't realize how evil they look to normal people, to regular people, you know? It's fucked up. Yeah, out of the 6 bans I've received here on this channel over the years, is it 4 years now? Are we into 4 years? I know we were putting up episodes in 2022, but there's only like a couple of them. Whatever. Point is, out of the 6 bans, I got 1 for Murdoch, and I think the other 5 were for Israel-related content. Well, one of them was kind of related. It was Zelensky with a big pile of cocaine at his desk while he was doing like a Zoom call. And I got hit for that, but I mean, I understand what it was, why they hit me for all the ones they did, and that's not even including like all the comment bans or being banned from being able to comment. That's a whole separate thing. I used to get those all the time. Like, this comment isn't good. You're a bad man. You can't comment for a week or something. I used to get a ton of those. I don't though anymore. It's kind of well, I mean, the Overton window has moved to a point where it's like the stuff that I used to get in trouble for. You see people writing pretty regularly now, so you know they can't ban everybody. They would if they could. I don't think they have the robot power to do it. They need more robots. But yeah, it's just funny to see it turning like this. I mean, it's been turning like this for a while. I think it's great that that their own people turned on them. They fostered the left wing to be their soldiers for them, and then when this Gaza thing happened, they all turned on them. So the only people that you really have left are the neocons. But all of them are turning on them now too. I mean, there's that pseudo civil war thing going on in that group of people, where you have the Israel first and the America first people going back and forth on stuff. Led by the who's the low guy? Who's the fucking low guy? Ben Shapiro, that old guy. Yeah, it's kind of so now they're losing even more support. And Zoomers really don't love Israel. They have no you know, they weren't around for all the hundreds of fucking Holocaust movies, the things we've been inundated with in the 1990s and the early 2000s. They just don't have any connection to that stuff, and they're just seeing how they behave, and you know, things like the genocide, and how they try to attack anyone that says anything against them. So their support is just getting smaller and smaller, and it's fucking hilarious. I love watching it. Seeing it happen is just great. You know, it's but I mean, what does it mean? I don't know, because in the prophecies they have to shed a bunch of their people too. They have to sacrifice a lot of their people before they get into like whatever the next phase of their shit is. They have these weird things they have to do. So I've always thought like, well, maybe will it be come to a point where it'll be like, all right, go, you're right, we're gonna get rid of our bad people, and then they, you know, they sacrifice the Ben Shapiros in some way, not like killing them. Well, they would, but they won't let us know that. But of acquiescing in some way to the Goyim and saying, yeah, these guys that were pushing for the genocide and censorship and all other shit, they were the bad Jews, and we're going to get rid of them. Now the good Jews are going to take over. You know, that's something that they could do. Other than that, I mean, I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. They're kind of up against it now. And they've gone masked off. People saying, yeah, they're going to have to eventually go mask off. They've gone masked off like several times. How many masks can you fucking take off? So where does it end? What's the end point to this? I don't know, but there has to be one sooner than later, and they can't keep going at this speed, like the noticing and the revealing and the multiple masks coming off. They've hinted around the Samson option type thing, like if they lose the support of America completely, that they're going to destroy the country. They're already doing that. They're already trying to destroy the country. Not so much the country. They want the infrastructure. They just want to get rid of white people. So I mean, but they've been trying to do that forever. You know, we're too smart for that. We'll survive. You know, there may only be 13% of us left, but if it came down to it, we could. I like those odds. 13% against the rest of the world. We'd definitely win in any contest. I mean, do I have to bring up Rhodesia again? And I mean, yeah, there are some smarter people than them, but not smarter than us. So yeah, do it. Whatever they want to do. We'll see it happen, because you can't go on like this. It's the same thing with with black crime in cities or Muslims in the UK. It's all reaching a tipping point where we have to figure out what we're gonna do. I mean, the figuring has already begun. I think people realize, though, like what I've said before, that it took for white people to do anything to fight back against all the shit that's coming down on them. They're not fighting the people that are attacking them. They have to go against their own governments, because the governments and, you know, the police forces and the power structures support this. So it's not so much the Muslim people or that guy in front of you, it's the people behind them that makes it so that if you try to defend yourself or to strike back, you're going to have to deal with the powers that be. That's why vigilantism has to come back. I think that's the only thing you can do right now. And I think once you start seeing some examples of it, it'll catch on. And that would be a wonderful thing to see. I don't want to scare Alistair with filming. I ain't going anyway. I gotta head up there. Oh, I gotta talk about my 7-0 situation. I'll do that when I come back out. Till then, don't blame the teacher, blame the school.